The boy brought home the girl he had a crush on, but to his shock, she suddenly confessed she was actually his father's lover. Worse still, she showed proof that she was pregnant, smiling as she told him he'd soon have to call her Mom. The boy was instantly overwhelmed with rage. As the girl turned to leave, he shoved her down the stairs in a fit of fury. She stopped breathing on the spot, and the boy collapsed in terror, frozen where he stood. Just then, his father arrived home. Stunned by the scene before him, he ultimately decided to protect his son. He stuffed the girl's body into a wardrobe, not noticing the phone sticker she had dropped nearby. The next day, while cleaning, the mother found the sticker by chance. Thinking little of it, she tossed it aside, but just as she was about to head out, she heard knocking sounds coming from upstairs. She was about to investigate when her husband suddenly came back, pretending he'd forgotten some documents. As soon as she left, he quickly got to work, burying the body in the backyard. A few days later, the wife noticed a foul smell, but both her husband and son claimed they smelled nothing. It wasn't until a neighbor dropped by and commented on the odor that the wife realized she hadn't imagined it. The next day, she picked up a shovel and started digging. Before long, a decaying hand emerged from the soil. Her worst suspicions were confirmed. She immediately called her husband over. Looking at the unearthed body, the man stood silent, head lowered. There was no hiding it now. He had no choice but to come clean. He confessed that late that night, while she was asleep, he had secretly buried the girl in the yard. That, he said, was the whole truth. The wife stood up abruptly, declaring she would take their son to the police. The man panicked and blocked her path. He pleaded with her, saying that turning him in would destroy their son's future. He begged her to think it over. After calming down, the wife quietly walked over to her son. In the end, she chose to stand by him. But what the boy said next shook her to the core. He claimed it was actually the father who had killed the girl. She had still been breathing after the fall. Maybe she could have been saved if taken to the hospital, but for reasons unknown, the father had strangled her with his own hands in the yard. The wife was devastated, finally seeing her husband for who he truly was. The next day, she hired a hitman. She put $200 million in cash on the table and promised another $300 million once the job was done. The target? Her husband. The killer accepted the contract without hesitation. The film is from Lies Hidden in My Garden.